Data Engineering. In this video we will see what is Cloud SQL. Okay, this is an introductory video, right, on this service. Okay, so Cloud SQL is a fully managed relational database service. Okay, so basically there are different relational databases have been offered as a managed service under this category, like MySQL and PostgreSQL and also SQL Server. Okay, so what are the different options Cloud SQL is providing? We'll see them one by one. Okay, so along with the basic concept, right, like backups, right, and updates and maintenance, so we do have a other options which will be provided by Cloud SQL are very interesting. So we'll discuss all this concept one by one and high level, and then we'll move to the demo. Okay, the first thing first is backup. Yeah, any relational database or any database should have this option to take the backups, right? So Cloud SQL also provides this option to take the backup of the data, okay, on periodic basis. Okay, and the second one is a very interesting feature, high availability and failover. So but basically whenever you try to create a Cloud SQL instance in Google Cloud Platform, basically it's a zonal resource. Okay, it will be created in a single zone. But when you opt for this option, it will be a regional resource. That means you will be having a it will be created in multiple zones. Okay, for example, let's say if you opt for high availability, it will be created in a zone A. Okay, there is something happen, there is some fail happen, then there will be a one more instance which will be running on the secondary zone as well, zone B, right? Whenever then failure happen on the zone A resource, that is a primary instance, then immediately the zone B instance will take the control, right? That means that data will be replicated between these two instances. Okay, so to avoid the intermittent failures. Okay, so this is high availability, so it is recommended for some machine critical application and some production systems, right? So usually if user don't want the Cloud SQL instance go down for any reason, then he can opt for this option, high availability. Okay, so and then network connectivity, Cloud SQL allows user to connect using different methods, different secured methods, right, like by using public IP and also private IP, right? So we under public IP we do have an option called Cloud SQL proxy, right, and also IP address whitelisting, right? And in case of private IP, so it will be constrained to some private cloud network, that is called virtual private cloud, right? So there are different methods to connect Cloud SQL instance in those use cases. Okay, so and then export and import, right? So we can export the data and import the data, so there are different options for this. Okay, yeah, even Cloud SQL will provide that. Okay, maintenance and updates, so it will provide some custom downtimes and also predefined downtimes, right, for maintenance and updates. Okay, and also monitoring, right? So cloud Google Cloud itself, it has this monitoring suite, right? So you can even keep track Cloud SQL performance using this tool. You can build some dashboards and you can keep an eye on the Cloud SQL instance performance, right? So it will be definitely helpful for the user. Okay, and then the logging, right? So this is the same thing like with any other services, right? So cloud logging is already been integrated with all the services. Even it is integrated with the Cloud SQL. You can just go to the Cloud SQL logs to analyze the activities performed on the Cloud SQL instance. Okay, so these are the some basic concept, right? Now next we'll move to the demo. Okay, in the demo, so using our Google Cloud Console, we'll try to create a simple Cloud SQL instance, right? And we'll go through different options, right? Like network connectivity and the computing and storage options we have while creating the Cloud SQL instance, and what are the different databases have been offered under this category, right? Like that we do have different options over there, and high level we'll go through and we'll create the instance. Once we have the instance created, and we'll try to connect that instance using Cloud Shell. Okay, so when I'm creating that instance, so I'll be creating the MySQL instance, that is MySQL database. Okay, so once it is created, I will try to connect that MySQL database using Cloud Shell, and we'll just try to create a simple database and simple table. Okay, so that's it. Let us quickly move to the demo. Okay, so here if you go to the product browser, right, here this is a service. You can click on this service, that is SQL, that is a database service. Now you will be landed up in this page. If you click on create instance, that just click on that, and you can see here we do have different relational databases with its versions available. Okay, you can go for anything as per your convenient and your right preference. Okay, so but in this demo I'm going to create MySQL instance, so let me choose MySQL. Okay, now here we have different options. We'll explore them one by one. So just give the name of an instance, Cloud SQL demo, then password, because when you are trying to connect the database you need to give a password. So let us set up that, but you need to make sure you should be using some strong password. So here I'm using a simple password for the demo purpose. Okay, so we do have a different options to select the version, right, but always select the latest version, that is MySQL Advanced 0 ADA 2. Okay, then it does have other options, but it's okay. Okay, now here this is an important thing when you're creating the Cloud SQL instance. If it is for a production, usually it is always recommended to go for the high available, performant and durable. If it is a development, go for a single zone instance. Okay, so as I already told, it's usually it's a zonal resource. So since it is a demo, I'm using the development. Okay, so we have the different configuration parameters over here. If you select the production high available, see CPU 4, and here in case of development 2. So you can see each of the other parameters over here. Okay, and then region, so nearest region on the zone Mumbai. Okay, single zone. Since it's a development, I'm using the single zone. If you want the high available, then go for the multiple zones high available. Okay, so I'm just selecting the single zone, that is Mumbai, my nearest region. Okay, and then here you can also specify the zone. If you want a specific zone itself, you can specify the zone, but it's okay. So I want the Mumbai region, any zone is okay for me. Okay, then customize your instance. Here we do have a different options. If you want to customize your instance further, you can select the different configurations, right? It's okay, I'm just keeping it as it is. And the storage also you can customize SSD and HDD, right? This is the fastest storage, right, thing. So that's why it has been selected as SSD by default. Okay, and the connection, this is very important, right? So here you can either select the private IP for the Cloud SQL instance, and or else a public IP. So private IP means it is constrained to a virtual private cloud, that is VPC. So it is completely private to that virtual private cloud. So it's basically, if you have to impose more restricted ways of connecting the Cloud SQL, you can go for this private IP. But you want your instance to be connected using the internet, or then you have to use this public IP. It's okay, I'm selecting public IP. So there you can connect the instance using different options. So we do have a Cloud SQL proxy options, and also just by whitelisting our local client IP address over here, you can use the public IP. In data production, all right, so like this automated backup, right, you have to specify your time, right? So like this we do have a different options for the data production. You can explore yourself, right? And also maintenance, right, any window, or you can specify some particular window, Sunday, Monday, or something like that, right? Order of update also you can specify late or earlier or something. Okay, right? So now And also there is one more important option you need to select. Actually, under the data production, this is one of the important option. You have to just uncheck this box. If you keep this as it is, it will not allow you to delete this instance, right? Since it is a demo instance I am creating, later point of time I would like to delete this instance. In such case, you will have to uncheck this box, otherwise you can keep it as it is, right? So now I can click on create instance, right? So yeah, it will take some time to create this instance, so we'll have to wait till the time. So now you can see this is the main page of a Cloud SQL instance. It would look like this. There will be a dashboard kind of thing, and here you can see in this demo we will see we will try to connect this instance using Cloud Shell. So in that case you have to use this connection string, right? That's why this is very important. And also once successfully created, you should be able to see its public IP address displaying over here. Okay, so yeah, so we'll wait. Okay, then we'll see the other options. See, our Cloud SQL instance has been successfully created. You can see this green color tick mark over here. Okay, so right, so now you can see this public IP address has been displayed over here. Now if you have to edit your Cloud SQL instance, you can always we do have an option over here. Just click on that, right? You can always edit your Cloud SQL instance. You can change this journal availability option. So we do have a different options to customize. You can go and change any of this option. Once you change it, click on save button, then it will just save those options which have been recently changed. So now what we will do, we will try to connect this Cloud SQL instance using our Cloud Shell environment, right? So here you can see to connect using Cloud Shell. So there is some hyperlink has been provided, like open Cloud Shell. Okay, so if you click on here, it will just open up our Cloud Shell environment along with the connection string. Okay, I just clicked on it. All right, so now you can see, so this is the connection string, gcloud command and SQL connect, our instance name. Okay, so and then our user is always root. You can also create other users, but by default we do have this root user, right? It will ask us to provide the password as well. Okay, right? So yeah, it will ask for the password. We'll have to remember that password while creating the instance. We have given some password, right? So you have to give the same password over here. Now it is asking the password, so you will have to give the same password, right? Now you have successfully connected to our Cloud SQL instance, right? So let us try to see the databases which are already available. For that, you can type this command. Okay, sorry, there is a typo. Now you can see there are different databases. These are the already existing databases we have. So let us create some database and then we'll try to create some simple table. Okay, so create data base, that is demo. Okay, now database has been created. Now you have to use that database. Okay, now we are into that database, right? There is no table available, empty set. You'll have to create one. For that, you can use create table command, that is test one. Maybe you'll have to specify the right int name varchar 200, right? So there is a typo again. So this is the syntax. Now this table has been created. If you try to describe the table, then you should see that table schema. Now select star from test one. Now it is an empty table. You can also insert some data into this table. This is the syntax. Right, now we have one row inserted into this table. You can do select star from one. You can see one row. So like this you can connect to the Cloud SQL instance using Cloud Shell environment, and you can work with the databases. Okay, to come out this instance, you can always use this exit command. Right, now you have come out from this instance. Right, so I hope you got it.